as we get on to game number 5. Remember, Wolves are the only people of ending the day right now. Only people capable of ending the day right now as OUG immediately get themselves in this fight with 3-3-0. As long as they get 1 kill, anything else just literally doesn't matter. They just need the 1. As LXM just using his fists to try and win this fight. Trying to get the damage off. OUG with the nunchucks, though. You looking to finish this one up. CGS is getting the damage off onto you. You going down. And that is not the start OUG needed. They just need 1.
Yeah. Jake, it's worse. It's not the start OUG needed, and it's also the start Wolves wanted. They purchased a Moonbane. They've been uncontested. They were able to loot the entirety of the golden yellow area, and they managed to buy themselves up a Moonbane immediately. Alliance also have a Moonbane. So remember, if Alliance proc their Moonbane before Wolves, Wolves cannot drop theirs until Alliance is done. However, Wolves might take a fight first as JDG now come into the area. JDG who dropped the deal of Tang. Unfortunately, moving into an area that Wolves have already just absolutely run dry in terms of loot loadouts. And Wolves still not actively taking the fight against this team. JL managed to find... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the golden loot coming through. Alliance dropped the Moonbane at the time that JDG and Wolves take the engagement. Wolves are not going to be able to drop the Bane's Breath to be able to isolate this fight and rely off of the AoE to be able to knock down JDG into those AoE puddles. And as a result, they are just full kiting until that Moonbane is gone.
Yeah, it's going to be the escape game for them, but right now they're not given that opportunity. JDG running in, the urn is down, Zem is caught on the edge, he can't even break away, so he's just going to put distance between them for that stun. Already ZK goes down, EG gets a lot of damage off with a spear. ZDI trying to put some distance between him and the rest of Wolves, but Wolves still on that run. Uppercut comes in from ZDI and down they go. Easy victory there for JDG.
Okay, OUG owe Alliance flowers and a thank you card for dropping that Bane's Breath first. Oh, that could have gone so poorly. But Wolves lose the first fight, have to go to the Soul Altar, not the start that they wanted. However, OUG, off of the Soul Altar themselves, still have not found this 1 kill that they need to be able to climb from 73.8 to 74. You finds the parry. This could be... Yes! They've done it! DRG's X-Side goes down! OUG pick up a kill! Finally, their first one of the round. Oh no, they don't! DRG managed to find the pick onto Jinyu. SS was able to find the kill. The scoreboard I don't think has updated just yet. CGS eats the full Dragon Slayers into Nezhaz. Will be able to use that Tessa V1 and finds the parry onto DRG as well to be able to get all of this damage off of the Katana. And there it is, confirmation. OUG with that 1 kill that they're able to net before the third party comes through, Jake. 73.8 plus 1, 74.8. They've done it. In the next game, they're going to be MVP eligible, but only if Wolves do not manage to MVP this round. Speaking about Firefly spawns, as I talked about, that is Firefly Cage that JL just took a little bit of a visit to and made sure to clean that one up to be able to get their ultimates online.
Just something to note as well, JL are very close. They got 5 kills, 5 kills under their belt. They are, what, like 3 points off now? They're super close. Super close to getting their position where they want to be. So if Wolves don't MVP this game, and let's be real, they're off to a pretty rough start, they will have to be contesting OUG and most likely JL at this point. And Bowder, again, while they haven't done anything yet, if they start to come online, they could also come into that position where an MVP is within their possibility. This is typically what happens. Whoever gets that MVP first is always the one who it's not MVP, so who get to that point threshold first are always the ones to get basically just griefed out of the game. As Bowder, fresh off their revives after losing their fight, now looking to put some gear together because they've undone everything they started with, unfortunately. T-Tick finding FPX. Let's see if JDG are actually able to take this fight. It looks like FPX are actually breaking away from them, although ZDI does catch out onto water, drawing their attention. Sandstorm comes out. He does have that Viper ultimate available to throw down. The tether will break out as well, catching onto the members of FPX. CDI has cooled down the Bane's Breath as well. This is even harder for them to break away. Water, low HP, down he goes. The Bane's Breath connects as well onto Xiaohu. He's next up on the menu, and JDG able to take those 2 kills. FPX were able to break away at least 1 player to get them to safety.
That Bane's Breath is courtesy of Wolves. By the way, that's the one that Wolves bought early, and JDG took off of their bodies on first drop fight. And so you can see that Wolves had to loot their way through Plumed. Have been able to find 2 purple weapons, but unfortunately the armor is where they're really going to be suffering. There's Alliance's bow on that Tian height. Gets the Kurumi to have a revenge. Getting pressured by TE, Bo throwing out the hands just to buy space for his Kurumi. Lane's already gone down with the Yushin ultimate intact. The second that Bo drops out of this ultimate, it's going to be open season, and TE already starting to farm. LID gets grabbed. Bo's not able to find the double slam, unfortunately for him. Has to go for one last jump to try and get away from TE and proc the F1 to live a little bit longer. Manages to get 1 hit of the focus strike. Unfortunately, is going to be held into position by the Tessa V1, and TE will be able to clean up the kill on the Monk. Crucially, however, the Kurumi was able to break away. I think it's taking a fight currently, yeah, against the other player from TE. There's Han on that Viper. Trying to come in with that spear. Nice little scale rush. Comes through from Revenge. Unfortunately, it's not fully blue charged. We do, however, get the uppercut into potential follow-up damage, but the Viper is going to be able to find that silence onto Revenge. No Kurumi umbrella to be able to try and teleport away from. As a result, nice parry onto TE.
Hold on.
Turn the horizontal punishment onto the Viper. Gets the Soul Bloom reset as well. Dodges the V1 Tessa coming through from LYD. Revenge in the 1 versus 2 gets the Kurumi ultimate if he can use it. The V2 will come through. The armor reset. Tina having to actually push the Kurumi out of her ultimate. Revenge using the 1 recast to be able to get it back into motion, and the golden frame to just live through all the stagger. Unfortunately for him, however, he does not have the damage at the moment to be able to break through. Dodges the next throw of the Tessa V1. Han coming back in. Rest off of that soul tonight, trying to find the cleanup necessary. The parry. Finally, Revenge goes down. But for a moment, Jake, there was a glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, the Kurumi would take down one alongside.
I'm going to be real with you. Han played that so well. Not Han, sorry. The Kurumi from Alliance. Yeah, sorry. Revenge played that so well. 1 versus 3. Able to find a kill. Honestly, I think they had slightly better weapons and slightly better armor. With that Kurumi ult, they just would have been... They might have been able to get 1 more. I don't think they would have 1v3'd, but they definitely could have got 1 more. Really, really nice stuff coming in from them. Played that as well as you could in a pretty unlucky situation. Now, Wolves, I think they have to take this. They've got the team that wants to be taking it. They need to get the kills on the board. Like, there's nothing really to lose at this point. But JL, hot on their heels right behind them. Wolves actually seem a little scared.
I think they were anticipating potentially getting griefed on the entrance. So they wanted another team, like they wanted to see one if the team was trying to either grief their entrance or go through it themselves. Plus, they didn't want to take the first entrance because losing that first fight means that their gear is going to be a little bit behind in terms of the other teams. The teams that immediately take the Yang portals are the ones that are super confident and are incredibly scaled when it comes to the loot. As I believe KLA are a sort of legendary weapon clash. I'm pretty sure, so maybe they've visited Salvation Podium. We're also going to see XEM look up into the sky and making sure that no one is getting dropped down on by a Takeda with the charged RMB on that fan. Sai F3 already going to be burned. We've still got 2 more. Still holds on to that V2. Getting so much pressure. Uses now the activation of the ultimate. Turns the fire tick onto the Takeda. 1 shove already going to be used. XCM having to use the F3 now to reposition away. Matari ultimate called into play. Fury and shove, however, just cleaving the Zai. It goes so far. Unfortunately, that XCM is forced to back off even in the Matari ultimate. As we're going to see XCM just unfortunately not able to isolate any of these targets or get that fire tick to properly start to proc. And KLA Sand Siphon will come out on top against the Siphon.
Really, really nicely played there by KLA and Wolves. It's the classic, isn't it? You're the first to MVP, you're the first to get to that threshold, and then You just have a bad game immediately after. Now they're on the debuff. They've got to cleanse it in the next minute. They have no kills, not particularly great gear. We saw their Soul Jade loadout. There's quite a few greys in there. They are a ways off being where they need, as we are actually going to see our other team, JL, losing out on their Realm of Yang to Bowder. So Bowder... Oh, no, Bowder didn't. Bowder got the Spirit Well. That's how they're set up. It's going to be JJH. Sorry, yeah. JJH beat out JL. There we go.
Yeah, but this is really bad for JL because JL are currently on 72.9.
Yes,
and that is with the 5 kills already added to that tally. Wolves going to be scouting out to see if anyone else is going to potentially be using the Soul Altar. Bowder also starting to move over to this position. Wolves are burning a lot of time, however, on that depletion, using it to try and find a read in Spirit form as KLA off of that Yang win. Gonna have the Vermilion Birds might stop all of the aggression they want onto this Transformers team. We're gonna see the scale rushing coming through from QGG to be able to translate into that confirmed RMB. Immediately, so much damage off of that pole sword. It just absolutely tanks your health bar. Flames almost gets pushed into the cacti. Doesn't manage to take any hit. Has to go for the Yushin ultimate to knock the Takeda back. We're going to see the Tumult ultimate now being invested for KLA to try and break away because QGD loses a huge chunk of health. All of his armor just absolutely disappears. Using the Takeda ultimate, buying himself back the neutral space to reposition towards his Karumi, get that V2, start to come on through as Godly gets one grab. QGD not able to find the stagger. However, we do see the Venom tip attached to a repeating crossbow come through. The third party, or not the third party, CXZ actually, breaking away from the scene, swapping over to the ranged projectile, and just mincing through that Monk's health bar. As Godly, out of that transformation, is going to be vulnerable, still holding on to the F1. Third party now from JDH with a Karumi ultimate of their own, going to be dropped into the mix as QGG goes aerial, activates the F, tries to drop down and put this pulse sword to use against the Karumi, who still has that recast. The reposition of the ultimate means that all of that armor is immediately going to regen, and QGG is now just trying to buy time for the rest of his team to lock down this Karumi. This is really dicey for KLA if they don't win this fight. That Vermilion Burst might was so close to taking down. If they'd lost the fight or had gone a little bit longer, they would have been out of the lobby, but as it is, they're able to see off the third party, put themselves up to 9 kills. That is going to be a hefty game score for this team as Wolves comes in, hits that Frost Butterfly to be able to freeze the Yushan in position. XEM with the F3 looking to try and lock down this player that they desperately need to find a kill onto. I told you it was a risk when they took so long to scout out the intel of the teams around them. Wasting, well, not wasting, but burning through about a minute of the Yang depletion that only goes to 4 minutes. They'll be able to find 1 cleanse. Unfortunately, 2 cleanses.
Somehow. Yeah.
They still are missing 1 for their Matari, however. But they do have enough coins to be able to afford a rebuff charm, if there's any left in the boxes.
Yeah, so that's going to probably be their game plan here, although Wolves, they got some work to do. That is a rough loss there for JL as well. Losing 1 of their players puts them massively far behind now, as they were so close. They can, it's almost there. Actually, it might be there, actually, for the side of JL, now I think about it. Mathing. Yeah, they've done it, I think. I shouldn't do maths live. I swear you've told me this before as well.
That is the good at casting.
Yeah,
that's what, 67.9 plus 9?
Yeah, they've done it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I don't know why. I think I second guess myself because I get it wrong so much. Like, if it was like 2 plus 2, I'd still be like, it could be 5 though. You never know.
Yeah. They're on 76.
Okay, so they've done it.
Well, that's the rebirth.
So they're able to get the rebirths off. So that's, well, the rebirth off. So that's good for them. But they have a hell of a lot of work to do if they want to get the MVP, because this is their only chance where they physically doesn't matter if anyone else gets MVP. This is the one time. I'd be nervous if I was Wolves right now. They're going to have a big ending to this game. They're hoping for a GG-esque ending to this game.
I mean, I don't know how they're going to achieve it, though, is the problem. Because, like I said, GG were able to do it off of just slow rolling for soldiers. And when last we saw Wolves loadout, because they've constantly been having to play for the recovery, right? Losing first fight, losing Realm of Yang, being under Yang depletion, they haven't had the time to be able to bank up coins and go to a Rift Dealers, spend the Darktide coins and roll for soldiers. So they don't have the win conditions like the repair roll on the cannon. Or a legendary soldier, the Soldier of Destiny. Flames does have a Soldier of Destiny. Not sure which one he has available. We'll probably see it come into play. Yes, JJH's Godly does not have the ultimate.
Is that aerial parry?
Available. Yeah, aerial parry comes on through as Godly with this legendary pole sword just hits in with that charged R&B, looking to try and threaten out some of the spacing. CXC goes for the interruption, making sure that he's not able to turn it. We should instead turn and for the first stage charge directly behind us onto CXC, who was not anticipating that 180 and eats it directly. As Godly still, without having to burn for this ultimate, Tumultuous ultimate has already been invested on the side of KLA. The second that burns out, we're going to see Godly now not have to worry about being zoned out or burning through a huge chunk of his ultimate, repositioning to try and find some of these players through that Tumult. Trying to just find the grabs. Unfortunately for him, Realm of Yang, Transformers struggles not just against the compositions but against the natural cover of the pillars. He does find one grab holding Cuckoo, and you can see Chu Lui on that Kurumi swaps to the repeating crossbow, finds the kill as KLA's Cuckoo is just held in Godly's hand. Another grab comes down. We don't manage to find the slam in time before the ultimate times on out. However, it is a 3 versus 2. Godly with the Scourge on the pole, so just keeping himself ahead of the pressure coming through from KLA until all those ruin shelves have been expanded. We've left that Kurumi behind, however.
Oh, he's done it again!
Carry from Godly onto the Cicada, denying the pole sword attachment. We've not got any more shelves left because QGG's ultimate has now timed out. He eats the full horizontal of that light attack on the pole sword. And now it's just a 3 versus 1. Maybe KLA can keep this into the timeout. He's on the Tumult with the combo breaker F. He's going to be able to break away from JJH. And even though JJH got those 2 kills, it's not enough, Jake. They're not able to tie the Temi down. And everyone times out and gets hit by Yang depletion. And that is not what JJH wanted.
We gotta get Godly a detective hat because he's parried the platypus, man. Like, he landed so many in that fight. Absolutely beautiful performance there from Godly. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, but it was enough to get the timeout and the denial to the other side because they got that 1 extra kill and evened out the fight. But now 2 teams running around with that Yang depletion. Flames, is he looking to see if there's rebuff chance? He might be looking to go for that. Right now, we're actually keeping our eyes on DRG, who's got himself in a fight versus TELYD. Losing all of his armor is just going to pop that F. Almost got the ultimate up. Decides to back off and just get a reset away from DRG. And I called DRG a bit of a free win earlier, but they're actually having an all right game. They're pretty geared up. They're beating TE in this fight. Let's see if TE can find the turnaround, though. Han looking for the lockdown on the Viper. Isn't actually able to get it onto Lucian98, who is able to break through and away. In comes the Tessa Charm. Parry comes down from LYD. Charm will be quick to follow as the Urn proc is going to come off, and that should be the end of XGI, finishing him up nice and easy. DRG go down. TE secure themselves that kill, and that puts them up to 9. They just jumped from 12th to 10th in one fight.
Yeah, some of these teams are really starting to come alive in the second half of this day, and with Wolves only picking up 1 kill and being down one of their players. Well, no, not being down one of their players. It's just the side portrait looking black and white. But still really struggling to be able to put points together and try and actually take this MVP before they're contested by multiple other teams. Getting into that 74-point threshold, we can actually see Wolves now running into JJH. XEM uses 1 F3. Still sits on the ultimate activation, as do all of Wolves' players, but they're just so far behind in terms of loot scaling. There was an interview where they talked about the Xiphon composition being incredibly strong because they only needed 1 lot of purple armor, since the Matari and the Zeeping are so self-sufficient. It's just the Zai that you sort of need to babysit in terms of the loot scaling, as opposed to Transformers, where it's really important you get both your TNI and your Yushan kitted up. to being able to scale both of those ultimates. However, Wolves only having one purple armor is not the problem, it's the kills that they're missing. That is currently the problem, as some of these teams have really started to quite aggressively pop off. They figured out if they don't run into Wolves and push them out of the lobby early, they can take the kills away to prevent Wolves from having enough to land that MVP if we do go to final zone. And as a result, TE have been aggressive, JDG have been aggressive, JJH have been aggressive, KLA have been aggressive, and so too have JL, denying all of these potential kills and making it even harder for Wolves to be able to find the win necessary, as JJH is godly on that transformer, tries to find these grabs. They've only got 1 minute before Yang Depletion is going to claim this entire team. One grab does come from KLA's Cuckoo, who is going to disappear, but unfortunately Godly cannot grab the Soul Bloom until the ultimate is gone, and that's going to give time for JDG to come in with that Viper V1. Godly is going to find the grab. He finds the cancel before the 5-second stun can connect onto him. Will be able to drop out of the ultimate. Gets the Karumi heal now as well to be able to live a little bit longer. As we can see, JDH's Godly still unfortunately not able to find that Soul Bloom. It was another of their team chosen to grab it. It was the Yushan outside of the ultimate that was able to find the Soul Bloom reset off of the body that the monk provided. And now they're able to find another kill. Tianhai gets cleansed. Karumi going to be missing the Soul Bloom. 30 seconds and counting for JJH to try and find survival. And unfortunately for them, Wolves show up for that third party. See the Yushan, see that the Monk ultimate has been invested, know that this is going to be a team sans those two win conditions. And as a result, they are just going to relentlessly chase. The Effery comes through, catches on to Flames, who unfortunately eats Ballista shot as well. Wolves finds the kill, has to immediately Scarper because that Ballista is not currently under their control. Zedka actually gets caught by the Tessa V1. The TE throws onto the player mid-disengagement, the 3-second stun window. XCM having to try and peel back, things better of it as the Ballista shot catches onto the Zai. It's not the full hit of it, it is just the AoE splash that applies the fire tick. And as a result, XCM does not get staggered and does not tank their health either. He will be able to reposition and get back to the rest of his team. Wolves now with 2 kills, Jake, but they still have a mountain to climb if they want to pick up MVP. Oh, Jake, I think you're muted.
I was muted. They have some stuff to do here for the side of Wolves. Still got a bunch of kills to get if they want to make this work, as SS actually gets parried here by Keck inside the Spirit Well. 2-tick just juggling him around, and down goes SS. OEG, they've almost done their work. Actually, they've done their work, so they're fine. Yeah, they're in the clear. So honestly, for these teams, the main goal has been achieved. Hit the 75 points, make sure Wolves haven't popped off. Wolves so far, not popped off. They've only got the 2 kills. There's still a lot of people left in the lobby. Like you said, though, a little under-geared. So it's going to be hard for Wolves to really to find those kills, unless they are just using this bow to kind of pinch kills here and there. Maybe find a good engage with that Zai. I mean, a good F on a cluster of people into like a bunch of resets could be massive for Wolves, but right now, the zone is too big. Everyone in the lobby is too spread out, and Wolves, they're just not geared enough to take a risky move like that, especially when JL actually jumped down on top of Wolves. Don't decide to go for the full harass, but did just jump down on top of them. The Bane's Breath is finally going to wear off, so a little bit more space is going to be gifted to the... Oh, no, sorry. The Bane's Breath is about to start, so a little bit of space is going to be removed from the players now. For the next minute, they got to evade and avoid getting hit by that one, or just sit on the edges of the zone where most of the players are just going to go for that. You can see everybody kind of happy with their little zones where they're hiding. JL, though, continue to really keep the pressure onto Wolves, and I think this is something to keep your eyes on. Wolves are not in a particularly favorable position with the Bane's Breath. E.g., Bane surfing into a different position because the Pharah ultimate came down from JL, and they did not want to be sitting with their backs to the Bane Breath and pinned between them and JL. So they had to make the risk, jump into the Bane's Breath, evade it, get to safety. But JL, they really have Wolves' number. They know this is Wolves because they are just constantly keeping up the harass onto them. Wolves are going to reset and move away.
They do know, however, that this is an under-geared team. because Wolves gave that away when they went Bane surfing.
Yeah.
Right? When they got challenged by a team, every other team in this area, if they get challenged the way that the JL did, would have thrown a legendary Soul Jade to buy the space. Right? Would have thrown Merciless Havoc or Dreadful Whale or Aurora Burst. Wolves do not have legendary Soul Jades. So JL, it was really smart how they actually instigated that. They dropped the Fairy Mech. They didn't commit to it though, because they wanted to see how Wolves would respond. And whether or not Wolves were holding onto legendary Soul Jades, and it was just the armor that they were lacking, as opposed to the full loadout. But Wolves, the way that they reacted was risking RNG and full sending their entire team into the Bane's Breath to reposition and going up against all of the other teams and risking like their position being scouted out by everybody. So JL immediately, that's his green light. We can go after this team. There's nothing they can do to stop us if we just keep pressuring.
It was. Big old no ult zone popped just on the edge of the zone as well, so whole zone where people aren't really about to do too much. One thing does go for the transform just to keep himself alive, as he actually lost a lot of HP off the back of that one. Dome popped. Everyone else actually kind of cooling it off for the brief second. Wolves are just trying to get themselves into this tower where they can get a bit of a reset off, but you end up losing a lot of HP for that harassment they were throwing down. They're going to jump into the purple bush, get themselves out of line of sight, but Uran has their numbers, just chasing with the golden fan. You going low HP, should just be an easy pick up here. Down they go. 2-tick from JDG is actually the one to take that away with a cannon, denying Uran the kill. That's another team down. JL holding this high ground. Wolves just below them, getting very, very tight. 3 minutes left, and there's still 19 players, 7 teams left in the lobby. A lot to play for at this point, as the Spirit Well is getting quite boldly taken in front of everyone's face by GG.
No,
so
Wolves.
No one's actually really coming in for the contest on them. Wolves losing ZK's armor is going to be very rough for them. Zem high up. Remember, Wolves, they need this. They need to get the kills, but they've got to compete with TE with 11 kills, JDG with 10 kills, JL with 9 kills. There's a whole bunch of kills they've got to be competing with right now. And it's only getting harder the less and less people are in the game. Harder for them to take those kills. They are going to battle one thing away, try and jump down, see if they can secure themselves that kill. Zem slams down and gets himself the 3rd kill for his team. Has got that ultimate for the reset if he needs to. Jumped straight back onto that high ground. Ultimate still available. He has now thrown it down. Is he going to use it in the right position? TXJ is going to get hit by that one from Zem. He has got the invisibility from the Matari. He's avoiding away on getting hit by those Tiger Strikes from the ACOS as TXJ gets caught out in the air, juggled around. Still has a little bit more time left on that ultimate. Zem is just playing around the edge of the fights. He's just evading getting caught. Comes in with another S. Slams down. Wolves secure themselves their 4th kill of the game off the back of that. Still a whole lot more work to do. They're competing with TE and JDG for the rest of the kills. 12 players left in this lobby as Bowder take down Leo. Lovely little pick up for them there by Jing as Han comes in with a whole lobby stun. Quick Wu Shen port to reposition. Peak's going to get caught out by Han though as he takes him down. Trying to keep that pressure onto them as Wolves getting themselves very low. They're taken down. They're eliminated. Out of the game. It's donezo for them. And now it's anybody's game to take. The day is not done. JDG leading the charge with 13 kills, but TE very close behind them. GG putting some work in though, also trying to get themselves to that break point where they can get the extra points, where they can make next game their game. LXM surfing around the edge of the zone, just going to move away. Not popped here by LXM. He's just going to quickly repair before that gets him caught out by the charm. And now LXM loses so much HP to hand. He's doing a monstrous amount of damage. DGS has got the golden fans, comes in with a charm, keeping the pressure up onto Han, gets a lot of damage off onto Keck with the fan getting thrown down. Keck is going down, caught out by that one. Is GG cashing in on their 12th kill, taking out TE, taking control of the lobby. That's GG.